Good to be here. I'm going to walk around a little bit. That's just kind of what I do. So my name is Kyle Rosenberger. I'm an instructional designer at the Ohio University's Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine and Office of Instructional Innovation. Kind of a long tagline. But I wanted to start off by talking today about Ohio. And I've been a resident of Ohio for 29 years. And Ohio is a really great place. It's a home of, it was the home of 8 presidents. Wendy's started there. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's there. And Ohio's always been referred to as the heart of it all. And that's because it kind of looks like a heart as well. Unfortunately, Ohio is becoming at the heart of something else very recent, and it's America's opioid epidemic. And it doesn't take very much than a simple Google search to see just how much this is affecting the state. And it's not slowing down. It's every day you hear something on the news, you see something in print, and when I saw this one, I knew that this one stood out to me because if you're willing to ask if there is a solution to something, you must have contemplated at one time that there isn't a solution. And there's just something about this that is not right. It doesn't fly with me. So we did have an opportunity though at our school. So our associate dean reached out to me, and who she was reached out to. A lot of medical schools were reached out by the White House to take this pledge that in the beginning of 2016, students will take some form of prescriber education in line with the CDC guidelines for prescribing opioid medication. And so she reached out to me as an instructional designer, was like, hey, can we do something cool? Can we make this creative for our students? Can we get people engaged? So I saw a real opportunity there. And in instructional design, there's always a couple different ways that you can take and sort of develop a learning activity. So one, and kind of the default that most people fall to, is just sort of the traditional lecture. The 60-minute, you're just up here, the sage on the stage. Sage on the stage. Two, we were going to go with some sort of interactive learning module, something with embedded questions, some video, audio, and it was fairly safe route as well, maybe some technical difficulties. And 3, we could take an undefined, very creative approach and just go wild with it. Can anyone guess which one we did? We actually did number 2. Yeah. But we finished it, and it was horrible. It was not engaging. It sucked. I was just, I'm not a medical student, and I was like, this is just so boring. Like, we needed to make some sort of connection with our students and this material. It's too important. And so I was working with one of our students, Evan, and we were like, all right, man, like, we got to figure out what we're going to do, something cool. We got to go. We got to, if we could do whatever we want to, what we want to do. And Evan's a graduating film student at Ohio University. He's like, let's make a movie. I was like, all right, I don't know anything about making movies. And he's like, well, I do. And he's like, but, I don't know anything about prescription opioids. And I was like, okay. So, we decided that we were just going to go wild. We were just going to try something, and hopefully it worked. But we needed to assemble the right crew for this. And so luckily, we developed a team, including myself, that really complemented each other's skills. So Sarah is a pharmacist with the Ohio University College. Evan is a film student just graduating, and I shamefully told him that for all of his hard work, I would plug him because he is seeking future employment. So if you do need a film person, Evan does just incredible work, and he's just a pleasure to work with, and myself. So what we did was we wanted to hit this from 3 areas, 3 main points, and it turned out that each of us had skills in each of these 3 areas that really complemented each other. So we wanted to focus on art. We wanted the design of it to be pleasing. We wanted it to be engaging. So what we decided to do, we have medical campuses in Cleveland, Columbus, and Athens, Ohio. So we traveled to all 3 sites. We traveled pretty much all around the country shooting footage, which was mostly Evan hanging out the side of my Volkswagen. And, you know, we wanted people to feel that connection to home. You know, this is Ohio. Like, you know, we want you to see the places that you see every day. And we also wanted to use incorporating with the guidelines, you know, the creative use of text, whiteboard videos. So YouTube, or on YouTube, you might see whiteboard drawing videos. So just experimenting with different types of media to keep that engagement. To the content, and that's really where Sarah came in with this. So Sarah is a great pharmacist, very knowledgeable about, you know, what's going on, especially in Ohio and a lot of the rural and underserved areas that are really getting affected by this crisis. And storytelling. And Evan did a really good job with this, is that we interviewed physicians and pharmacists and students, but more importantly, we were able even to interview people in recovery, and their stories, you know, were more powerful than, you know, some of the physicians that we interviewed. So we wanted to weave all of these together to create this cool thing, and we honestly had no idea what we were doing, but I'm very happy at how it turned out. So we do plan on showing this. We haven't shown this yet to our medical students, but we also we're planning on making 2 versions. So one is sort of an extended version that's about 15 or 16 minutes long that has the guidelines in it. And then the other version is just the interviews and some of the other footage. So other people, maybe non-medical students, who just want to know what's going on, just to be aware, to raise awareness for it, so they can watch it and be engaged with it as well. And this wouldn't be much of a presentation about a video if I didn't show you guys some. So the team wanted to put together a trailer for this audience for you guys to watch. So I hope you enjoy. Oops, sorry.